We have a special edition of the Cover Cal High podcast, and we're with the Pit Boys.
Yes.
To my right, Marley Alcantarta, and then we got Juju Walls and Jamar Searcy, D1 prospects, and it's covered Cal High. I'm your host, Jake Vanderbrook, and man, this is a special show. We've never done this before. We had a guest appearance, Marco Jones, a few weeks back, but we've never had three athletes talking at one time. How you guys doing this morning?
Great. It's an honor to be here.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. No, appreciate you guys making the trip out here. First off, I want to congratulate all of you on a remarkable season you guys had. You guys obviously dominated league play. You guys brought home another section title, another NorCal title that you guys were able to get revenge with Folsom.
Yes.
And then you guys made a trip to States. Marley, I want to start with you. What does this season mean to you?
It was just a blessing, just the last one with my brothers, and especially the stuff that we've been through, losing our junior year to Folsom, but then also going back and beating them by 1 point, and my guys right here making big plays on defense, but also just being leaders out there on the field, and just being able to execute at a high level that we were, and it's just a blessing to be here,
That was probably the craziest game I've ever covered.
Yes, sir.
I mean, it was just a very physical game. I mean, Juju, you took a lot of hits in this game.
Yes, sir.
I mean, you got banged up. You were on the sidelines. You went back out there, took another big hit, went back out there, had to get checked again on the sidelines.
Yeah.
Then you had some. Then you lined up as tight end, and then you took a cheap shot.
Yeah.
And I gotta say, man, it's like, how were you feeling when you woke up the next morning?
The next morning, I was throwing up in pain, a lot of pain, but I just did what I had to be done. What Coach Ram, been telling us. This is basically our state game, and I took it as that. The last 3 years losing to Folsom, it's been on my mind heavy. Like, this is our chance, and I feel like, we understood the assignment. Playing together with all the chemistry we have. Felt like, we just had to put it all out there, just like Coach Ram been saying from that whole week. Just lay it all out, put it all out on the line.
Yeah, you guys laid it all out. I mean, there's no question about it. Jamar, you did. I mean, obviously, you guys were trying to establish the run game against Folsom, and it started to become a little bit of a trouble. I mean, you guys started to focus more on the passing game for sure, but you never stopped trying to make a play when it was needed most. And defensively, when you stepped up when you had to, we talk about the 2-point conversion that Folsom, for some reason, they tried running. I still don't know why they tried running that 2-point call. But, I mean, hey, it is what it is. And then you have, the last play of the game where you were able to recover that rock. I mean, just talk about, the mentality of, hey, offensively things are not going your way, but you can still make plays when it's needed most for your squad. Just talk about that.
So, yeah, I feel like, since I'm like an athlete all-around player, if it's not working for me on offense, I got to be there for my team on defense. So it's like I got, Juju on that 2-point conversion. He got him, and I was like, oh, yeah, he got to get down before he try to throw the ball or something. And I just had to be there to help my brother, So.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and Marley, with the season that you had under center, I mean, you were slinging the pigskin around. You had 40-plus touchdown passes, 1 interception. I'm sure you're pretty annoyed about that.
Yeah, having an interception in the state game, just being the biggest game of your life, last high school career game, and just throwing that interception, it's just like, damn, like, I've been clean this whole year.
Yep.
And, like, it just bites me.
But, I mean, nevertheless, you put up some remarkable stats, my man.
Yes,
I mean, you 40 touchdowns. I mean, no one's topping that.
Yes,
I mean, dang. And obviously it shows. Charlie, he's going to send the message out, and all your coaches, I mean, they bring that energy. There's no question about it. I mean, 60 minutes, if you guys are trailing, they're still going to find ways to bring the energy, without a doubt. I mean, if you guys need to make adjustments. And we definitely saw that in the second quarter against Folsom, because you guys flipped the script right away. But Juju, I want to talk about some of the other veterans. I mean, you guys were all outstanding this year, but I mean, it takes a team to put together something special at the end of the day. And you guys got a guy named Dominic Calhoun.
Yeah.
I mean, that is one guy that, you know, he could line up as a defensive end. He plays a little bit of linebacker. You know, you'll put him everywhere, and he's going to make a play for you.
Yes, sir.
You know, just talk about, you know, with his impact, and would you say he has pushed you to be at your very best?
So Dom's impact, you know, to our team, I'd say is, you know, very needed. If we never had a Dom on our team, I feel like, you know, our physical strength would be way less. Dom brings like a intensity that, you know, you never seen before, a mentality of, you know, of hard work and, you know, just a dedication on the grind all the time. But like in my life, I feel like Dom's pushing me a lot. One point in my life, I was staying with him, you know, and just like I stayed with him because I knew like the type of person he was, that he would get me better in life and as a man, just preaching about God always, all the time, you know. He never really listened to rap music, and it was always gospel, and he got me like, you know, just thinking about my future and my life and other things other than football. You know, he's a great man, and he's the him.
Yeah. He's going to be doing some wonderful things. He committed to Boise State. And I want to talk about the young players. You know, you guys have had some pretty impactful players. Jamar, I mean, it's Kenny Ward. That is one guy that came out of nowhere. And I'm like, man, this kid's pretty fast. I remember it was Reardon. Reardon came into town, and I remember you know, it looked like Reardon was going to drive the ball down the field right in the beginning, and then next thing you know, Kenny Ward picks off a pass and zoom, 75 yards to the crib. I mean, he's really fast.
Yes, he is.
I mean, like if you got the 40-yard dash, would you rely on Kenny Ward to win that for all of you?
Yes.
Yeah,
I put my life on it.
he's the best man on the field.
Yes.
Sure. He's, you know, like, he's just a young athlete, you know, and he's been grinding for so long, you know, and it's just the impact that he has on our team, because he had like almost double-digit touchdowns this year, you know, and then he also plays great defense, you know, and he's only a freshman.
Yeah.
Like, he has so much big things coming for him, and it's amazing.
Yeah. Very, very physical.
Yeah, and I'd say
He's fast.
Yeah, behind the scenes, Kenny's a hard worker. You know, every day of last year, I used to work out with him, so I know what he'd go through. You know, to get where he's at right now. I'd say, you know, all the hard work, you know, it doesn't go unnoticed. So he's balling right now. Just keep going.
He's doing his thing, and he's only a freshman.
Yes.
He's just a freshman. I can't even imagine what he's going to be doing. And you know, I said a lot about the same thing when Jaden Hudson. I mean, he was just a freshman, and it's like it was the 2021-22 season, if I recall correctly. He's making plays, and you know, I saw him in that big game against De La Salle at that time. And, you know, it's like, man, Jaden Hudson's going to be a pretty spectacular player. And, you know, fast forward to now, Juju, you're going to be playing with him at UCLA.
Yes, sir.
So did you guys talk about it? And you were like, will you go to UCLA if I go to UCLA? Nothing like that, though.
Nah, it was nothing like that. So Jaden, he actually had the offer before me. I didn't get it until like late in the summer of this past year. When I had got the offer, you know, it was somewhat into his interest, you know, if I had, you know, gone there with him. But I wouldn't say, you know, he forced it on me or anything. But going to school with Jaden, you know, it's a big stress reliever for me. Just knowing that I'm going somewhere far, but, like, I'm going with someone I know, like, you know, been playing with since a kid. And I feel like me and him, you know, we're going to do damage up there.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, you guys are going to be playing some Big Ten football.
Yes, sir.
Big Ten football. I mean, who would have thought there would be Big Ten football out in the West Coast, where it's going to come to the point that you guys are going to be traveling to Ann Arbor and East Lansing,
Yes,
and
sir.
I mean, goodness, you guys are going to be in Rutgers.
Yeah, and I'm gonna be going to Ohio for the first time.
Yeah,
So, that's great.
yep, the big shoe, the
Yes,
big
sir.
shoe out in Columbus. I mean, that's got to be a really cool experience, and with you going and choosing UCLA, what was the one thing that stood out for you the most?
The one thing that stood out for me the most was like I'd say the coaches, mostly like their plan for me and just the way they deceive God or not deceive God, but like embrace God and into our lives. I went out there, the DC Coach Ika, it wasn't like mostly about football to him. It was making me a better man on the inside, preaching about God to me always, and just like always waking me up with videos, speeches of encouragement, and just giving me the word. So I'd say mostly that, mainly the coaches just treating me like family, bringing me in.
Yep.
I feel like that's home, a place I can call home, not too far from my family, but also far enough for me, to start my own life and just, start a new career.
Marley, what's the one thing you're gonna miss playing for Pitt?
These guys,
Yeah,
it's my best friends. It's the people I hang around the most every single day, and also like the coaches in the community. They brought us in with so much love and joy, and it's crazy now. Like we've all been here, or me and Juju have been here all 4 years. Searcy just came in, and it's like, wow, like we were just in Mr. Balachi's class, just like messing around, and now he's graduated, he's gone in January, and then, like at Pittsburgh, we're not football players no more.
Right.
And it's just crazy how everything worked out and how accomplished we are at the end of the day.
everything did work out. And Jamar, you came to Pitt. It was your junior year.
Yes.
And what was your first reaction when you found out that you were going to be playing with Juju and Marley? You were going to be on the same roster as them.
I was kind of excited, because I'm playing with a whole bunch of different good athletes just like me. So it's like I gotta work as hard as they do, So I just came in with a dog mentality. So they pushed me hard in practice, so I had to push harder to get these guys better, just like they get me better.
Yeah, I mean, there are some dogs on this roster. I mean, and when you were talking about you missing, you're going to miss playing with your brothers. I mean, the emotion showed when it came to the end of that NorCal game. I mean, after Jamar Searcy made that play, he's literally yelling in the stands, and he's like, "I'm built for this." I mean, I got the raw clip of everything you said, man. And then Juju, obviously, I got you saying, you're talking that talk, Juju.
Yes, sir.
You are talking that talk, and then Marley, you're mentioning dub.
Yeah.
I mean, just so much emotion, just playing with your brothers and. And Jamar, just talk about for you though, what are you gonna miss the most playing for Pitt?
These guys, as Marley was saying,
Yep.
At my old school, it was kind of like, I felt like family, but when I came here, it was like, oh, they love me, I felt like this was a place to call home too,
Yep.
a great brotherhood, a great community. Because, this community love football, Pittsburgh football, for sure. The teachers love the football players. And it's just like, I'm just going to miss these guys.
It's a great community.
Yes.
It really is. And you definitely see it. I mean, for me, traveling, one day I could be in San Francisco. Next day I can be out in San Jose. And then Friday Night Lights, I could be out in Pittsburgh. I mean, you definitely see a big difference in the support system when it comes to football. And Pittsburgh, that community is just freaking spectacular, if you ask me. I mean, they got the best tri-tip out there. They got the best tri-tip. I'm sorry, Valley Christian, but I'm just saying, Pittsburgh's got the best tri-tip. And But more importantly, though, just the support system. You definitely see a big difference compared to other schools. And it's obviously a top-notch program for a
Yes.
reason. So I want to mention, talking a little bit about, did you guys do any Christmas shopping?
No.
No?
Nah, not yet.
No?
Yeah.
Nah, not yet.
Okay. What do you think you're going to give your family for Christmas? Parents. Start with the parents.
I got my mom something funny, actually.
Okay.
My dad, he just wants love, you know. He just doesn't really care for any gifts or anything. He just wants to see us happy for real. And then my sisters, you know, they always asking, "What are you gonna get me? What are you gonna me? What are you gonna get me?" You know, and they're like, "It's okay. I'll get y'all something. Don't worry about it." You know, so it's gonna be all right.
All right. Okay. But on a serious note, what's the go-to Christmas meal? Like some people go with turkey. Some people go with ham.
I say mac and cheese.
Oh, mac and cheese. That's a great one.
Cheese.
Mac and cheese. What about you, Juju?
I don't really know. I say, cookies.
Cookies. Okay. Okay. Yeah. My mom asked me, because I'm originally from New York. So, yeah. No, I'm originally from New York, believe it or not. So I'm going to be flying home, and my mom asked me, "What kind of cookies do you want?" It's like, well, you got to have the frosted cookies, right?
Yeah,
sir.
You got to start with that. Those sugar cookies, and then the snickerdoodle.
Homemade.
Yeah, homemade. You make that stuff from scratch. I feel like you're in business. Yeah, you got to go with
Can
cookies,
never
man.
go wrong with cookies.
Oh, all right, what about you?
You know, it's crazy. Every single year, we get Chinese food
Oh,
because it's always open. You know, like
Yep.
Chinese food. You know, has some like sweet and sour pork, some fried rice, some egg rolls. Like, that's hit. You know, it's not no Panda Express neither. It's like some real stuff. No, I'm serious. Like, and it's just, after you eat, you just feel like you want to go to sleep because that's how good it is. You know.
right.
So it's just like, yeah,
Cool, man.
I hear you. Okay, so for team dinners, I mentioned how the tri-tip at Pitt is fantastic, by the way. Do you guys have any of that before your big games?
Usually it's just like pasta, salad.
Okay.
You know, well, we get sandwiches sometimes.
Sandwiches, yeah.
Sandwiches.
Turkey sandwiches.
Nothing
Okay.
like nothing crazy heavy. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like, cause we have our team meal like during sixth period right before the game.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay.
Like I would say like 4 hours before the game, and it'd be good. You know.
Yeah.
Get the food. You know, chill for a little bit, and then we got like this thing called meditation.
Yep.
So it's kind of like a nap time.
Okay.
So, like, it's pretty cool. So yeah.
Yeah. So you guys never get to any of that tri-tip.
No, I say the biggest thing we probably had before a game was a burrito.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like the biggest
Yeah,
thing.
like all the food that you see, like in the back of the stands. The only thing we get to do is really smell it.
Yeah. During the game. During the game.
The last time I tasted some food back there, I'd say was my freshman year.
Oh, okay.
So I really don't know what it tastes like.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, I got to ask you this. I kind of want to go back to football. So, obviously, you guys played in the NCS Open,
Yes.
and then you guys went on to play in the NCS D1 with you guys unfortunately losing the De La Salle. So, last year, you guys represented as the 3 seed, and you guys were actually playing in the semifinal game.
Yes.
That this year you didn't have to. So, Jamar, I want to ask you, because you played both seasons for Pitt last year. Did you have more mentally? Was it tough for you to go into a game when obviously you're playing in the NCS D1 where it got to the point where it's like you're coming off a loss? Mentally, was that tougher for you or as a team going into that game this year compared to last year, or did that not really make a difference at all?
Nah, I feel like it didn't make a difference. You know, we came with a chip on our shoulder, like right after we lost to Folsom, we got in that weight room, and we've just been working hard ever since. So it's like we treated it like as a regular game, but came out more harder.
Yep. And obviously, you guys faced San Ramon Valley twice in the NCS D1. Juju, was there anything that stood out from San Ramon this year compared to last year?
Yeah, very much. I felt like they really went over film a lot.
Yep.
Great. I felt like it was pretty hard to make some plays out there, just dealing with double teams or screens from the tight end and a lot of run plays. It was very tricky this year, but I hung it out, stuck through there. Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Yeah. I want to talk about, support system a little bit. Starting with Juju, what are some of the life lessons that football has taught you?
Football's taught me to never take anything for granted.
Yep.
Take injury serious, stretching because you never know when your last day or game could be. So I just say, football's taught me a lot more. It raised me to be a man. I feel like it just like I have more character to myself. I can embrace it. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And Jamar, going back with what Juju was mentioning, biggest support system for you, and who is that one person that has pushed you to be at your very best day in and day out, and why?
My dad. I say my dad because even if I have a good game, the first thing he'll talk about is my mistakes, and that's what I
Yep.
need because a lot of people don't have a father to tell them certain things, and I'm just grateful and thankful for that.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like I'm happy that he's telling me what I need to focus on and what I need to do because the next game I'm not gonna make that mistake.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's a great answer, Jamar. And when I talked to you a couple weeks ago when you did your Player of the Year interview here at the stadium, you mentioned that you looked up to one running back, and that was Marshawn Lynch.
Yes.
Just that beast mentality because he's a dog, and you consider yourself as a dog. When you explode into the open lane, has anyone ever mentioned to you that you kind of run the ball hard like Adrian Peterson?
Oh yes.
It's not just me then, because
Yeah.
I've been literally telling people in the office, I'm like, the way he explodes and when he cuts to the open field and when he's loose, it's Adrian Peterson material, man.
Yeah, I get that a lot too.
Okay. It's not just me then. All right. Any other running backs?
People say Frank Gore too.
Frank Gore?
People say Frank
Beast
Gore.
mentality?
Yes. I don't know. I just got those three: Marshawn, Adrian Peterson, and Frank Gore.
Gotcha. Yeah, and obviously those are all elite running backs. And Juju, who is that one person who you look up to, or who would you compare your game to someone who's in the NFL right now?
One person I look up to, well, I used to look up to, or still do look up to, is Nick Bosa.
Yep.
He just brings out, like, I'm a Niners fan, so go Niners. But,
Bang bang Niner gang.
Yes, sir. I just, Nick Bosa, he brings that, that mentality, that beast mentality, like, he can't be stopped, and, like, I feel like me as a player, I can't be stopped, I can't be touched, and I feel like he's very elusive, even though, like, how big he is, like, he can get through anything he wants to. I feel like I play the same way as him, and if not him, I feel like I play like Liatu from UCLA. Yeah, I feel like I'm learning his moves. Just getting ready for UCLA. I've been studying a lot of him, a lot of his film, and just starting to do the things he does right now. I feel like I'm a comparison to him. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Very good. Very good. Marley, who's the one person that you look up to under center as quarterback?
And Aaron Rodgers, I think.
Discount double check?
Yeah, man.
Are you looking to get sponsored by State Farm or what? He was in a lot of those commercials back in the
I
day.
think I could do some commercials.
Okay.
I think I can.
I bet you could. I mean, I've seen you run out that tunnel before, and you go up to my camera with a lot of energy, and you talk that talk, Marley.
I think Aaron Rodgers, especially the mentality, like, he's like always saying, "I don't know you, bro," when somebody else is talking to them, and being able to throw like every throw on the field, like he could touch every blade of grass on the field. You know what I'm saying, with the ball, and just being able to have that touch and have that rocket when it needs to be. You know, and it's him and then like Russ, because Russell Wilson, he's a shorter quarterback, obviously, but also like very composed and being able to make plays like on the run, stuff like that, and you know.
Yeah, yeah, and we could see it all over the field with you. You know, scrambling out of the pocket, making plays with your arm or your legs if it's needed most. And you're going to be heading to Southern Oregon next year. What's the one thing that you're going to look forward to the most playing for them?
Just the culture up there. You know, they're trying to build like a winning culture and like family.
Yep.
Like especially Coach Curry, he brought me in, and he's just always been there for me. You know what I'm saying? Ever since like the beginning of my recruiting process. And he's been a great mentor and stuff like that. Always give me encouragement for the next week. And then just also the guys like around that program. Like I know some people up there, and they're pretty cool. And like when I went on my unofficial, they all brought me in as family, you know. And I think that's what it is.
Yeah. Perfect. You guys have any? Oh, I like your shoes, Jamar.
Thank you.
Big fan. You know, Adrian Soriano, the guy that is responsible for doing our polls, he's big in the shoes. Yep, he's got like 30 plus pairs of different Jordans, and I gotta say, I don't think he has a pair like those. And I would say those are really top notch, my man.
Thank you.
Those are really top notch. I'll let Adrian know that he should get a pair like that. Right, producer. I mean, tell me if I'm wrong or not.
Nah, for sure. Jamar's a sneakerhead.
Yeah.
Yeah,
How many pairs do you have?
I don't
too
even know.
much.
Too much?
Yeah, I got a lot of pair of shoes.
Too much.
You got that drip.
He does have that drip.
Thank you.
I mean, you guys all have that drip. I mean, you guys are dogs. I mean, it's all about the P world at the end of the day.
Yes, sir.
It's all about the P world. That's all we. What are you guys looking forward to? Obviously, so you graduated
Yes, sir.
yesterday, technically.
Yes, sir.
Because based off final exams, but you're going to be walking in June. Juju, what is the one thing that you're going to miss the most being at Pittsburgh? Not just playing for Pittsburgh, but just being at Pitt.
I could say a lot, but one thing I'd probably miss the most is probably, as you talked about, my support system. You know, a lot of people over there in Pittsburgh, they believe in me, and you know, they want me to, you know, do things great, you know, be somebody. And I feel like I had a lot of support there from the whole community. It didn't matter, you know, who it was, you know, just giving like, you know, a grats to me, you know, appreciation of like of teaching somebody or something, like, you know, that really motivated me. So I'd say the support system. You know, I know it lives through me, but I'm just gonna, you know, being away from it, you know, is gonna make me feel some type of way.
Now, are you graduating in June?
Yes.
Yes,
Graduating in June? Okay. Very good. And then Juju will be back in June to actually walk
Yes, sir.
with all you guys. That's fantastic. So with you going, so now you technically graduated, so now you're going to be on campus at UCLA, if
Yes,
I
sir.
recall correctly.
Yeah, I start January 6th.
Very good. So you're going to be doing all the training with them
Yes,
and
sir.
just making sure that, you know, you make that smooth transition heading into the next season.
Yeah, big boy, you know, it's big boy talk now.
Yeah.
So, yes, sir.
Yeah, no, a lot of people are doing that. Obviously, SRV's Marco Jones.
Yeah.
He graduated early. Now he's going to be looking into collegiate football and baseball at Texas A&M.
Yeah.
If I recall correctly, Matt Johnson from De La Salle graduated early, and he's going to be heading off to Oregon.
Yes, sir. And also Jaden Hudson and Dom Calhoun.
Yep. So they both graduated early.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
They graduated me yesterday.
Gotcha. Wow.
Yes, sir.
A lot of changes, man. A lot of changes. That's crazy. I mean, is it going to be weird for you guys not going to be in the same hall when it comes to winter and spring?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because like I see this guy like every single like period, you know, and it's gonna be like, damn, like it's just gonna be me, like Lee Dwayne Thomas, you know, just Bradley Ruffin. We're all just chilling in Miss Agudo's office,
Yep.
you know, and we're gonna be like, damn,
Old times.
we're Jew and Dom at, you know, like it's crazy, like we're probably gonna call them a lot, you know, just
Yeah.
be like, "What y'all doing?" Like, you know what I'm saying? They might be in like meetings and stuff like that, but like we're gonna miss them for sure, especially like the bond that we made for the past like 4 years. Like even though all these guys transferred in, like we played with them during youth, like at Mega. You know, we traveled a lot. Like we traveled
To Washington.
a lot, like Washington,
Yeah.
L.A., Bullhead, Arizona. You know, it's just like we've been through so much together, and it's just like, damn, now we're all going to our separate ways now. So it's crazy.
Hey, I mean, hey, at the end of the day, gentlemen, that's what it is. It's growing up.
Yes,
It's
sir.
growing up. It's all about that transition, graduating, making that transition to the college level, and all three of you guys are going to be doing that in the near future. So
Yes,
it's
sir.
exciting stuff, but it can be a little bit nerve wracking.
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
But you guys are going to be okay, and you guys are going to do remarkable things. There's no question about it. And what you guys did at Pittsburgh is just pretty spectacular, if you ask me. I mean, you know, obviously with all the section titles that you guys have won, and you know, making that big exclamation point with winning NorCals and punching your ticket to state, and what you have meant for this Pittsburgh community is just fantastic. And that is something that you guys are always going to cherish, and that is something that you guys will always remember down the road. So when times are tough for you guys, just always look back and remember those good times, because you guys are going to be doing some spectacular things down the road.
Yes,
I
sir.
appreciate that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Well, that's all the time that we have for you guys. Juju, Marley, Jamar, thank you so much for joining me. And it's safe to say, you've been covered.